All right, thanks for logging into our website, WJHL.com. Meteorologist Jeremy Eisenzoff talking severe potential this morning, and it looks like this is going to be one of those days we could see multiple rounds of severe weather. So definitely want to have one of those ways to receive warnings where you are located today. Already seeing a few warnings already issued, and we've got right now one storm that is it has a severe thunderstorm warning till 11:45. This is for Greene County. This thing has been pulsing up and down, and at the moment it looks like it is weakening somewhat. But this storm had a history of producing at least what looked like on radar a tornado circulation there, and some very large golf ball size hail. Some pictures of golf ball size hail in and around near Cherokee Lake. So this storm is still a severe storm officially till 11:45. Whether that gets extended or not, I'm not really sure at this point, but the way that it's going right now, it's still holding its own, and so this is moving off to the south and southeast. Now, a lot of towns here on your screen, on your computer screen, on your smartphone, but this generally is heading to the southeast. So this is going to be heading generally through the rest of Greene County, and the worst of the storm actually is pretty much going to be working its way right through Greenville. This is downtown Greenville right here. In fact, just the core of that storm may pass very close between Greenville and Tusculum. And so this is, again, some potential hail coming into Tusculum University, downtown Greenville, potential hail there. And if it holds together, we'll be working its way towards Unicoi County. So this is an isolated severe storm we're watching as it continues to progress south and east. A couple of things to point out here. I want to show you the hail path this morning, and it looks like, okay, we've got a new severe thunderstorm warning that has been extended. So they just now extended this till 12:15 for Greene County, and that includes now southern Washington County. So while we're just online here talking about it, this severe thunderstorm warning has been extended to the rest of Greene County, and all the way it does include southern areas of Washington County, so mainly south of Jonesboro there. So that's just a newly issued warning for the same storm. So all impacts are all the same. A hail producer, some very strong winds. We've had at one point was producing winds over 80 miles an hour. So this storm is pretty intense, and so I want to put on here the hail path. Because with golf ball size hail coming out of the sky, that's going to do some damage. So if you're watching us, you're in Tusculum University or somewhere close by, you want to have your car under some shelter because that's going to do some damage. And you can see some very large hail just north of downtown. I mean, this is very, very close to downtown Greenville. So that's the hail core right there, just north of the Andrew Johnson Highway there, 11E. So that is where the hail is coming down right now, and it looks like it's going to be coming right towards Tusculum. So Tusculum, looking at some potential hail there on campus. I guess I'm not sure if school's still in session there at Tusculum University, but either way, it's coming through central Greene County. History of producing very large hail, and in fact, even again, baseball-sized hail earlier this morning. So this is all tracking south and east now. Right now, there's no active tornado warning. There's been some rotation with this. And looking at the velocity here, it doesn't look like at the moment there's any real significant rotation, but there was a little more significant rotation a little further north and west over towards Morristown. So this is going to be primarily a hail producer and some strong damaging winds here. And so that's really what you want to watch out for. So extremely heavy rain, some damaging winds, and some hail. Bypassing, or looks like just north of Greenville, heading into, looks like areas near Tusculum, and then holding together. That warning has been extended into southern parts of Washington County, south of Jonesboro. If it holds together, it may impact Irwin and Unicoi. So that's a possibility. Unicoi County could see the storm as well. So anticipating that to make its way all the way into the mountains, essentially, because of how long it's been ongoing. So that's one supercell we're watching. The rest of the Tri-Cities, no real ongoing severe weather threat. But as we move forward, I want to take you through the day, and this is our model output here, and this is going to show you how significant the day could be. I've already seen, of course, a couple of severe storm warnings right now, but there's that storm cluster right now moving through. Early this afternoon, we'll probably see some rain lingering here. And then as we work our way into the afternoon, it does look like the atmosphere is going to recover from the storms this morning, and it looks like another round of some severe weather. It becomes likely again later this evening through tonight. Now, this timestamp there on your screen is midnight. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be right at midnight. It could be a little bit sooner, it could be a little bit later, but essentially round number 2 will come later in the evening, and then the rain remains very heavy. Remember, these storms are producing some extremely heavy rain, high rainfall totals, high rainfall rates, and when you get some heavy rain like this, there's going to be flooding. So there's the severe risk right now for the Tri-Cities, Northeast Tennessee, back into Southwest North Carolina. That watch was issued earlier, and that severe thunderstorm watch continues till about 4 o'clock. So right now till 4 o'clock, that severe thunderstorm watch, again, conditions are favorable for some additional storms that could go severe. So watching this very carefully, but wanted to also point out the fact that there is a flood watch. So, you know, I don't want to overshadow the fact that we could see flooding, which could be just as impactful as a severe storm. So flood watch in effect through tonight as well. If the flooding, I would say the flooding will probably ramp up sometime tonight through early tomorrow morning. So late evening, overnight into tomorrow. When you get that persistent heavy rain, that's what leads to flooding. So that could become an issue a little bit later on tonight. So talking storm risk through this evening, heavy rain likely through the day, flood watch through tonight. Just some things to kind of keep in mind as you are heading out and about on your Wednesday. So storm risk continues. You know, we're tracking these storms right now, but again, we're going to see another round of some potential severe weather later in the day. So it's not going to be, we're not going to have severe weather all day long continuously, but that risk will continue, will return basically to the area through later this evening and into tonight. So that's kind of what we're anticipating here. Wanted to go back to the radar view and wanted to show you here. There's a tornado watch actually. This just kind of goes to show you the atmosphere so unstable on the other end of the state and back into the Midwest. There's going to be some severe weather, potential tornadoes here from Missouri, Illinois, western Kentucky, and all this activity is going to be building eastward through the day. So you get the storm development over the Midwest here and further west of the Tri-Cities, and then these storms are going to rotate back and move back into the region later on into the day. So very unsettled day today, and this is our real first widespread risk of some severe weather. So make sure you are aware of the severe risk today, and hopefully jumping online here will help you plan your day accordingly. I would say the most important thing is to have a way to receive those warnings. And, you know, if you have our Storm Team 11 weather app or weather radio or whatever else you have, just a way to receive those warnings. That's the most important thing. So have a way to receive those warnings today and tonight as we head in through the next 24 hours. So that's an update on the weather conditions. We'll be on the air at noontime, 12:30 as well on ABC. So hopefully you'll join us then. But appreciate you watching on WJHL.com. We'll continue to update you as necessary throughout this Wednesday.